Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is going to be on how to apply false lashes. One of my oldest and dearest best friends of all time, Ashley G, has asked me to do a tutorial to show you guys how to do this, so that's what I'm going to do today. When your best friend requests something, you got to do it. False lashes can be a little bit intimidating, so I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks that I use to be able to apply false lashes. The first thing that I like to do is go in with some lash curlers and curl my top lashes, and I will get this as close as I can to the base of my lashes without actually getting my eyelid in it, and I will just hold it there for a few seconds, and then I'll kind of pump it a few times, hold it there for a few more seconds, and then let it go. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with some mascara, and today I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. And I'm only going to put this on my top lashes. I like to put a light coat on, and then I like to take my brush as close to the lash base as I can get it, and I like to put it up in there and wiggle it a little bit and then pull it straight out. I feel like that gives you the best coverage without making your eyelashes clumpy. And when you wiggle it at the base like that, it gets to every single lash. I feel like if you wiggle it at the tips of your eyelashes, that's what helps to make them clumpy, so try to avoid that at all costs. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some lashes. Today I'm going to go in with like just one of my favorite pairs to wear like on a normal day. Well, on a normal day I don't typically like to wear lashes, but you know, sometimes if you want to wear them to work or something, you need something that's not like real over the top. So the lashes I'm going to be using today are called Little Black Dress, and I just pulled them out of the package, but they are by Kiss, and these are Lash Couture Faux Mink collection, and these are very inexpensive. They're like $5 at Rite Aid, which is now going to be Walgreens. So when you pull it out, it comes on a little thing like this, and what I like to do is take a lash applicator and I like to push it up underneath, and I like to grab a big chunk, like even half of it, to pull it off. If you just take it and you just pull with like a couple of these, all it's going to do is pull those out, and it's going to ruin your lashes. So I make sure I get a hold of the band, not just the lashes, and I pull it off. The next thing I'm going to do is I just take it and I just kind of like run it back and forth, bending it so that it kind of breaks it in. Lashes, if you want to wear lashes to like a big event, like to your wedding or prom or something, I always recommend wearing them a couple of times before the event, because that will mold them to your eyes and just help you to get a better application. And then I like to take the lash and place the tip of it, the front of it, where I would put it, and then I like to push it against my base and all the way to the end. I want to make sure that these lashes aren't too long. Now these lashes fit me perfectly, but there are a lot of different brands that I will use that are a little bit too long, so I will trim the ends. Actually, if you take a look at this, I'll try to zoom it in, but on the very end right here, the applicator or the band is a little bit longer than the actual lashes, and I always like to cut that off and make it even, because I feel like it pokes me in the eye for some reason if it's a little bit longer. So I'm just going to take scissors, and I'm going to be very careful not to cut the lashes, and I'm just going to cut that little piece of band. There you go. And I'm also, you know, sometimes our eyes are not created equal, so I'm just going to take this one too and make sure that I bend it first, and then I'm going to make sure that it fits my eye perfectly. and it does. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do is I like to take the lash and put it on the applicator just so I have something to hold it with. And I like to take my lash glue, if I can find it. And my favorite lash glue is House of Lashes, and it is literally like super glue for your lashes. I like to make sure I get a good coat of it on there. And then this is the most important step. Wait 30 seconds. Wait 30 seconds before you apply it, because trust me, this is not going to stick to your eye if you don't wait the 30 seconds, and it's going to be a mess. And a lot of people that have a hard time putting lashes on, it's because they don't wait for the 30 seconds. You let your glue get just like a little bit tacky, and when it starts getting tacky, that's when you can put it on. So our lash glue is a little bit tacky, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply it. And how I like to do that is I like to try to make sure that I center it up. I get the center down first, and then I'll work on the end and then the front. And I don't know if I can talk through this and do it, so I wanted to tell you that ahead of time. So what I'm going to do is I've got a mirror in front of me, and so I'm going to tilt it so that I'm kind of looking down, and I'm going to go up from the top and go behind, of course, our lashes, and I'm just gonna stick it there. And then I'm gonna take the end of the lash and I'm gonna get it as close to the lash line as I can possibly get it, and then I'm gonna bring the front around and do the same. And see, it's stuck so easily because we waited for the glue to get tacky. If you don't, this isn't going to stick, and it's going to come back off, and you're going to have a really hard time getting it back in that spot, especially because you've already wasted the glue that's on it. It's already stuck to your eye, and it's not going to do anything else. So while that one is drying, I'm going to go ahead and apply the other one, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. I will also, after it's sat there for a few seconds, I'll kind of push up on it because you want your lashes to look, you know, kind of up. You don't want them to be like hanging down or anything. And I will just take them and press them into my lid a little bit more just to make sure that they're sticking good. Okay, so the other one is tacky, and we're going to go ahead and put that on now. Same thing, go up from the top, looking down. We're going to just press that right against the lash line. We're going to take the end and do the same. And then we're going to come to the front and stick it in there too. Now I'm going to let this one dry, and I'm going to work on this one a little bit. What I like to do is sometimes, you know, even if you get that lash band really close to your lashes, you can still see kind of, I'll try to zoom this in, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you can see a little bit of like where the band is as opposed to your regular lashes. And then also you can see where the band stops here, because this one has kind of a thick band. And then also this glue, it's supposed to dry clear, but it dries like a milky white color. So I like to take care of all of that with one easy step, and I take the Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper Black, and I like to go right underneath that lash line and right above my lash line, so right in between, to try to connect them. And if you color that in, you will not be able to tell that you didn't get exactly on your lash line or that there's any kind of separation there. And it's also going to color in that glue and make it black. You can use black, they make black lash glue, but I don't like to use that, because if you accidentally stick it up here before you get it down there, then you have a black line on your eyeshadow, and that's not cute at all. And then I'm going to take the liner and I'm just going to connect it and make it a little line that goes down right here, just so it looks like one seamless eyelash. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. And then if we get that anywhere we don't want it, we'll just take a Q-tip and clean it up while it's still wet. And as one final step, you can kind of, after your eyelashes are completely dry, you can just take like the end of this and push it down a little bit to see if there is any glue that, you know, didn't blend in, like right here. And I'll just take this and kind of color that in, but then I just touched it up there where I didn't want it, so I will just take my Q-tip and blend that out. There we go. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. And that's it. That's how I apply false lashes. It's pretty simple. It might be a little intimidating in the beginning, but as soon as you do it for yourself a few times, you'll get the pattern down and it'll be super easy. Sometimes it's almost easier to put false lashes on than it is to actually put on mascara, especially after you've wore your lashes a few times and you have them broke in. Then that's the best. I love it after I've worn my lashes like 1 or 2 times. Then they are so comfortable that you can't even tell that they're there. And honestly, sometimes the drugstore brands are even better than the more expensive brands in terms of comfortableness, if that's a word. Okay, so that concludes this tutorial. Ashley G, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that everybody else does too. And I will see you guys in my next tutorial.